Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex here from Six Gear Digital, and in today's video, I want to talk about how to audit your Google business profile. So, for those of you with local service businesses, which is going to be a lot of you, you're going to have a Google business profile, which is to show you right here, which is basically this. It's the profile. It's where people can leave reviews. It's just your own. It's a profile of your business provided by Google. It shows up on Google search, right? So if someone searches for your business, it also shows up on Google Maps. So if someone does search for a service in your area, your Google business profile is going to show up, right? So these are Google business profiles. You should have one. If your business doesn't have one, you're going to want to go ahead and sign up. So you have one. But if you do have one, it's important to audit it regularly, and especially if you have never done it, that's something you're going to want to do right away and follow this video to do so. So here's all of the information that you would need to look at and follow through if you're planning to audit your Google business profile, right? So these are the ranking factors that Google has for business profiles. You can see them all here, and we're just going to go through all of them right now for a business that I just found that we can use to audit a business profile. So the first one is going to be relevant category, right? And so the category is going to be, for example, this one is a roofing contractor, right? It's going to be the category of your business, whether you're a plumber, general contractor, roofing contractor, concrete contractor, you're doing emergency services, home services, financial services, orthodontist, dentist. You want to pick the most accurate service for your you want to pick the most accurate category for your Google business profile, right? So Google's gonna give you the option. You're gonna want to go through it and choose the one that's the most accurate as possible to your business. If you offer a number of services, for example, like dental surgery, orthodontist, choose dental services, right? If you offer not more than one or two core services, go with something a bit broad, but try to be as specific as possible. You also want the keyword in your business title, right? So for example, this one does not include the keyword in the business title. If I was this company, I would probably make the business title something like Alpha and Omega Construction, roofing contractor, or roofing contractor in Salem, something like that, right? You want to include that roofing contractor or at least roofing keyword in the title, right? If you were a dentist, you would include, dentist, dental surgeon, emergency plumber, right? Decorative concrete contractor, that sort of thing. That's what you'd want to include in the title. You want to make sure that you have that keyword, so that your core service, you want to have that keyword in the title, right? The next thing you want to check is that you have the website link. That's going to be this. Now in the back end, Google does give you the option to add this. Make sure it's accurate. As you can see, they are tracking this one, and you want this link to go right to your website, which it does. And in most cases, you want to have it go into the home page, and this one does. So that's a pass for this. Make sure the link is set up. You want people to be able to access your website, especially if you want to use your site to generate leads, stuff like that. The other thing you want to be doing is getting positive Google reviews. Google does rank the Google business profile based on number of reviews, not necessarily positive reviews, but number of reviews. But for other people's experience, for leads and potential clients, you want to be trying to get as many positive Google reviews as you can, right? That can be automated, but you want to be reaching out to clients after you have provided work, asking them to leave an honest and fair review. That needs to be part of your local SEO strategy and your Google business profile strategy if you want to be ranking Google search or for local searches, and especially in Google Maps. Another thing that's important is proximity to searchers, and that is going to be based on your accurate location, right? So these guys are a roofing contractor in Salem, and if we do click through to their map here, it shows the location just west of Salem, right? So this is close enough. Some people here would go with a service area and add Salem. I do think that having the actual pin is a much better strategy for a small location like Salem. I believe this is a very small city. It's not as important. But if you live in a really big city like Phoenix or Houston, you are going to get people closer to your physical location being shown in your Google business profile more. But you want to have the profile, you want to have that location listed on the profile just so that when someone does search for a roofer in Salem, you're showing up, right? You don't want to have it listed, for example, in Odin or Central City. You want to have the location as close to Salem or your hometown, right, where you're offering services, or have a service area based in that location so that you are showing up when people in that specific location are looking for your service, right? The next thing you want to check for is photos, right? So your Google business profile you're gonna want to have photos on there. It's a good idea as the business owner, or if you're working with an agency or somebody, to be uploading photos regularly. If we go to this one, we can see that this photo was added a year ago, 11 months ago. You can see there's not too many photos, and most of them were added quite a long time ago. So that is definitely something to consider for this specific business, right? You want to be having photos added regularly. It helps to get clients. It helps to show that you're trustworthy, that you're actually providing a quality service. And Google likes that update as well. They like when you're regularly working on your Google business profile, adding photos for people to see and for Google to use, right? So you definitely want to be adding photos regularly. This company, for example, this company fails that. If I was working with them, I would recommend that they start adding a lot more photos, or even encouraging people that leave reviews to leave photos as well. So check for photos. You also want to be doing regular posts. Right now, this business, I don't think, has any. No, this business has no posts, and they only have one question and answer, which is, doesn't say when it's from, but they only have one question and answer. Right, so you want to be posting regularly. You can post updates about your business, interesting statistic, facts, things about holidays, but you want to be posting regularly on your Google business profile to stay relevant to Google. And so when people are browsing through, looking at reviews, looking at profiles, they see your posting, it's relevant to them, you seem trustworthy, and they're more likely to click through and call you or check out your website and submit a lead form, something like that. You also want to be answering questions. And so you can either use ChatGPT for this, but basically, as you can see here, it's a question that someone likes, and these guys did not even answer the question. A good thing to do is look at your reviews to get ideas, and you can see here, most people are mentioning insurance, job, which is the actual job, but gutters, siding, estimates, quality, quotes, stuff like that. You want to use these keywords in your questions, right? It's a good idea to start by using some of these keywords in your questions because people are already wondering about that. So it saves you time. They're not going to call and waste your time. They're gonna get the answers they need from the questions you've posted on your Google business profile. Unfortunately, this company has failed that, but if you are managing your own or you're managing any Google business profile, you want to be posting questions and answers. Not so much regularly, but covering the topics that people might be asking and wondering about your business. The other thing that Google looks at is, are there, sorry, I'm just kind of backtracking here, but for reviews, also review velocity. So if you're in a very competitive area, Google is looking at review velocity. So how often your Google business profile is getting reviews, right? If you got 100 reviews 3 years ago, that's not great. Google doesn't think it's an active business. And it's just not going to help your rankings on your Google business profile. As you can see, this company is getting one a week ago, a month, 2 months, 3 months. So their review velocity is quite good. Unfortunately, they're not replying to reviews. You definitely want to be replying to reviews, even negative reviews. You want to be replying to every review, just making sure you're active on that business profile and sending those trust signals to other people that are looking up reviews and looking for a service just like yours on Google Maps. Make sure that if you're selling products or you're offering services, you list all those in the Google backend, in the Google Business Profile backend. This is many of those services that you offer as are remotely relevant. The more you add, the more likely you are to show up for searches. The other thing you want to worry about are some of the negative factors. So things like violating any of Google's guidelines, you're going to want to read those, and inaccuracy. So you want your Google Business Profile to be as accurate as possible. Not only does that help people looking for your service, but it's also going to send the right signals to Google that people are interacting with your Google Business Profile. It's relevant for them, it's helpful, and they are interacting in the sense that they're calling or clicking through to your sites. Google's going to see that as a positive factor, but if you're lying, if you're violating some of Google's guidelines, if it's not an accurate profile, Google will figure it out and they will penalize you in the Google Maps rankings. The last thing, and this is one of the most recent updates, is the Google Business openness. And this is just basically having accurate hours. So you're going to want hours on your business. And if you're a roofing company, right, if you're a contractor, if you're a plumber, if you're a local service business and you're not open 24 hours, do not put that you're open 24 hours. Make sure you have your hours as accurate as possible, just so that when people do call, you're answering their phone, and Google can see that. Google knows that a roofing contractor is not open 24 hours. So make sure you have accurate hours, your hours as accurate as possible. And one thing that is missing from here for rankings overall is called NAP, and it stands for name, address, phone number. Basically, when it comes to local citations, when Google's crawling the internet and finding information about your business, you want it to be as accurate as possible, and this also needs to be reflected on your Google business profile. So the three things you're going to want to have accurate are your name, business address, and business phone number. You want that listed on your site. Now that's a bit more of local SEO, but it does tie into the Google business profile relevance and rankings. So right now we have the name as 618 Roofing, Alpha and Omega Construction. The address is 2436 West Main Street, Salem, and the phone number is this. Now, if we check the site itself, it should say somewhere we have Alpha and Omega Construction. It actually does not mention 618 Roofing at all, besides this, which is not ideal, right? Because the name is Alpha and Omega Construction. We have the address right, but the number 1866977, the number is wrong, right? In fact, this number doesn't show up at all on the site. So this site is telling Google that the information here is different than this information here, and it's just slightly unrelated, and that is not something you want to have, right? That's something that should be fixed right away. You want to fix that name. The address is fine, but always double check the address, and you want to fix that phone number as well. Yeah, that really about covers it. I know it's been a bit of a longer video, but I just wanted to dive through how to audit your Google business profile for your local service business. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, critiques, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. You can also book a call with me if you have any questions or concerns with your own local marketing strategy for your own local business. As always, you guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.